Right, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Mark 42 figure from ZD Toys. And there's the box. And on the back, a couple of pictures. And the base, and the landing pose, which I can't get it to look that good actually. I tried it, but it didn't look that good. Alright, so the box opens up with magnets. And then here there's the Mark 42 panel. It's made out of cardboard, and it has magnets running down here and up here as well. So on the back it tells you how to put the base together, and then inside you'll find is the figure. And then underneath there's another tray which has all the accessories and the base. So as far as accessories, we have a pair of repulsor blast, two sets of repulsor blast hands right here, and then a pair of relaxed hands and effect pieces, and a translucent base. And here you can see on the back it shows these two have holes in them for the effect pieces, and these don't. And here's the figure outside the packaging. And first thing I noticed when I got this out of the box is the arms. You can see around the bicep section. There's a bit of a gap here. Well, not really a gap. Well, it is a gap between the bicep piece and the shoulder piece. I think they're missing a portion of it. See right here, it looks like there's a huge section missing here. I think there should be another silver trim around the bicep piece to cover up that silver bit from the shoulder piece. So it looks a little odd seeing that much silver coming out of the shoulders down to the bicep section, and yeah, it just throws it off. But figure wise, it's a really well painted figure. For a $37 figures, for a $37 figure, shipped, mind you, and but all the way from China, and I think it looks fantastic. Yeah, there's the front of him, and the proportion of this figure is quite nice too. I mean, it looks very accurate. Don't have any issues with that at all. And here's the back side of him. Now, as far as articulation, head is on a ball joint, but it is somewhat limited as far as the range of motion. You can only look up about that much, and there's no joint at the base of the neck. So as far as looking up, that's as far as he'll go. I guess if you move the chest back a little bit, then you could have him still do flying poses where he's kind of looking forward. Yeah, so if you want him to do flying poses, yeah, he could still look pretty decent, to say. And then so let's see, as far as shoulders, it does extend out, and this piece is on a hinge joint. But it doesn't give you that much extra range of motion here. Let me do manual focus instead. I think it's a little bit better. And yeah, it just doesn't give you a whole lot more. You could move this aside if you're moving up this arm. That's about it. And as far as how far it could go up, that's about it, because this piece does get in the way right here, and then it does get in the way up here, so that's as far as it'll go. And then bicep, there's swivel joint, and then double jointed elbows, you give you about that much, and ball jointed wrists. And then as for the chest, everything's a little loose. It can the shoulders, the arm does extend out, and it's pretty wobbly. I mean, it's not loose where the ball joint does stay in place quite well. The joint is tight, but it's just a little wobbly when it's extend out. And then as for the chest, it does extend up. This is down, this is up, and it gives you a little bit more range but you gotta be careful where the rib cage section meet with the abdominal section. You might run into pain rub if you aren't careful, or if you're forcing the range of motion, this guy. So you gotta watch out for that. And then as for the legs, I believe it does lower right here. Could give you about that much lower. And it is on a ball joint, and as far as how high it could go, that's about it. Because you can see this piece is touching the thigh piece, so yeah. And then as for the thigh section, there is a swivel right there. Knees does have 2 joints, and it could give you about that much. Quite a lot actually, but it's not the prettiest if you look at it from the front and down here. And then the ankle, it's on a ball joint, so it gives you quite a bit, I mean enough to work with. So as far as the landing pose, I attempted the landing pose, but it wasn't as pretty as how he had it. So I think it's just a user error here, but let's try it out. Let's do some sort of a landing pose. I guess if you look at it from this angle, this particular angle, he looks quite nice, or even that. But over on this side, it looks terrible. So yeah, there's only one angle, which is this one. So it would be like this. Kind of like that, yeah. So it is possible for him to do a landing pose, but not the prettiest from this angle, but okay from this side. So as far as his height, this figure stands about 7.25 inches in height. He's the tallest of the so-called 1/12 scale figures. Yeah, let me do some comparison. Here he is standing next to SHF. And here he is next to Marvel Legends Mark 7. Here he is next to Comic Cave Mark 43. And here he is next to Mayfax Mark 43. And here he is standing next to the newly acquired 30 Mark 43. So let us do a comparison between the paint job of the Mark 42 from ZD Toys and the Mark 43 from 30. And from the camera, he looks pretty much similar as far as the paint job is concerned. They're both really nice, but one is definitely nicer because this one is die cast, and it has a little more reflective, more metallic reflectiveness on the on the 30 than on the CD Toys. But overall, I think the paint job are very similar. Yeah. As far as the overall paint job is concerned, the for $37, I think this is a really good, production piece from CD Toys here. But it does not have light up features, which the 30 does have. The eyes light up and the chest lights up. This one does not, and the 30 has a lot more articulation points, well, a lot more range of motion, and there are some added articulation pieces on there. So yeah, you get what you pay for, and this guy is totally worth the price. And this is also worth the $37, I have to say. And so finally, I'm just gonna show you guys a close-up look at the whole figure before I end the video. And this thing's made out of hard plastic throughout, so there's no rubbery plastic here, unlike Hasbro. They tend to use a lot of rubbery plastic. This one does not. And here's the back view. There are no flaps with this one, so no opening flaps whatsoever. Eventually they will make a light up version, I would imagine, because they are doing that for Mark III and Mark II at the moment. Yeah, I would imagine they would re-release this guy with light up features. So overall, I do recommend this figure. The only issue I have is that the section right here, the one the above the bicep section, is just a little too much silver. They need to add another section to divide that piece up. Look at how nice the I'll do a comparison here. You can see the arm is completely different. This one is missing a section. This one has that section, that silver bit to cover up the joints, the in-between joints. So yeah, it's just much nicer. But for $37, I do recommend this guy, but it's not available in the US. You have to most likely order it through online retailer from China or other countries in order to get this guy. And yeah, but $37, I would highly recommend this too. So there you go. There's the Mark 42 from ZD Toys. Thanks for watching.